Easter Island, Moai special. Tessa's going to talk about the Moai.
So the Moai are the heads that everyone associates with Easter Island, and I think probably first thing to say is they're not just heads, they are statues that go to just below the navel.
Torsos.
They're torsos, and Rapa Nui is the local name for Easter Island. So the Moai are built by the villagers to offer protection power. They represent the elders and in the important people, so they're built in the image of important people who formed part of the village life. They sit on platforms overlooking the village, looking inwards. They include both a statue and a top knot, I should say, and eyes made from coral when they are complete, and that final completion process takes place when they're on the platform. They were constructed between AD 800 and the 17th century. And in the 17th century there were some clan wars on the island, and all of them were toppled. So all of the ones that were complete on the platform were knocked down, and actually a lot of their pieces dispersed by a tsunami that shortly followed that process. So everything that you see standing on platforms now has been reconstructed.
And reconstructed recently, because it's only in the 50s that they kind of started to recover them, and probably only in the late 60s, 70s that with private money they've started to put some of them back to the way they were. So all the archaeology and all the kind of knowledge about this is all relatively recent, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
I think the area that is most authentic to the way that we see it, and also is probably where we get this sense of there just being the heads, is the quarry. So all of the Moai have been constructed or quarried from the same volcano on the island. It's really quite striking as you approach, because it's this green slope with these heads showing.
It's iconic, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And the quarrying process, or the creation process, is that they're carved in situ in the rock, and then when they are done on the front, they are detached from the rock, slid down, and then buried into holes up to their chin, which is where we get this sense of the heads of the island as opposed to the torsos.
And then they're moved, aren't they? They're moved. Sort of debates on how they were moved, but yeah, they were moved from the quarry to their final resting place.
Yeah.
But if they fell en route, then they lost all their mana and they were just left. So there's about 900 Moai on the island, but only about half of them are in final resting places. The rest have kind of toppled en route and are broken in some way, and so they obviously lost their power, and that was it. They just went. So you see them over the island, and in fact you see them from the volcano, don't you? You see kind of this route down to where they were going to be, and just this kind of scattering of Moai, where after goodness knows how long of carving, they broke.
So it's quite striking. I think we've learned a lot. We're still off to see another village, hopefully at some point before the end of the trip. But yeah, there's the Moai.
Moai, dead cool.